Here we are, back in the game. VitaPLUR Plasma on the T side, making their way on over toward the A site, and good kills starting things off. It's a double entry. Roka and S5 will flatten Vagrants on the A bomb site. Sandman to fall as well, and this 2 versus 4. Oh dear, this one feels not great considering how much I've seen Vagrants playing Train. Ooh, Brett though, putting that pistol to work. Headshot onto Glenn, but Roka gonna put down the final 2. Has not missed a beat. And we're going to have that pistol round locked up. VitaPLUR starting things off strong. I'm sure some people are here lurking. The nice thing is during these ESEA advanced games, I do turn off follower-only mode, so people don't even need to follow to chat. I would appreciate the follows on Twitch, and if you're watching this VOD over on my YouTube channel, if you would, I would really appreciate a subscription, but we get into round number 2. Big fight over on the A-bomb site. Dante... VitaPLUR know that the players have snuck their way into T main, but the smoke in the way, they don't have the option to take the shots. Dante gonna put the nade down, but it's gonna work out perfectly. So VitaPLUR opening things up here for the anti-eco, and look at the damage they've done to Sandman as well. Definitely not going to be easy as Lauren's continuing to open things up. Oh no, Seb. Headshot onto Mason as he gets the kill. That's going to leave Sandman all alone, but there's not enough health points left as VitaPLUR. That's an awkward round, but we're going to take another look at it just to, yeah. Lauren's catching Consti from Ivy, and this is just, that's just depressing. I feel like we've all been in that situation, right? You know there's someone on the other side, and you gotta pull the trigger. So Vagrants did have a couple of roster moves. Seb, who's playing tonight, is going to be off the roster and replaced by Wolfie. But Vagrants have kind of had a rotating door roster in the off-season. I say off-season because as we get into the end of this advanced season, we're basically in the off-season for these ECL tier teams like Vagrants. Ooh, Brett getting a little bit risky. Gets pushed up, but Glorin's with the kill. I mean, it's just pistols here for Vagrants, so we can chat for just a sec because Glorin's just obliterating everything in his path. Just going to be Seb left over. Yeah, I turned off the hello there to hopefully make things a little bit less distracting for myself while I'm casting, but here I am talking to chat. That's okay. It's a 3-round lead for VitaPLUR. All right, you want hello there? There you go. Now you have the, if you refresh, you should have the channel points reward. There it is. Well, now, Vagrants with the armaments, and Brett can open things up, getting in close early. Roka getting all the way past Hellish. VitaPLUR, they're making a mess of things. They're stomping everything that Vagrants have put their way, and it's just going to be up to Sandman, but there's too much utility headed his way. He has to back off of this. The Molotov burning S5 is going to give him a little bit of a read, and he's able to get the kill, but his whole team has just been bulldozed as he's just trying to hold on to this A-bomb site. This is not the start that Vagrants are going to be looking for here on Train. This is a map that we saw them just dominate on when they were playing versus Guangdong Tigers, but they're just having a hard time finding a footing versus VitaPLUR. Singular rifle left for Sandman. So you know something that they haven't done to Train is they haven't increased the bomb radius. I don't think you need to go nearly as far away from the bomb on Train as you do on Inferno or Anubis or Mirage or especially Ancient. Maybe as Valve move maps back to the competitive pool, they'll reevaluate the bomb radius. Well, an eco buy for the Vagrants. Although Brett making it all the way up to Pop Dog early could cause some problems for VitaPLUR. This MP9 is going to be fully called out. He made a lot of noise getting here, and S5 is going to have an inkling that there's something amiss. Don't give Valve... No, I think they should reduce the bomb radiuses. Radii. Mason, good start. Oh, MP9 picks up the AK, getting in deep into team main, but S5 will act on instinct. And Brett will be the one taken down as a result. Still, that's man advantage for the Vagrants, even though Mason down on 9 hit points. I like the positions that Vagrants have gotten themselves into as we march toward the final 45 seconds of the round. VitaPLUR trying to make their way toward B with the bomb site, and they've got Consti and Sandman to deal with. Sandman playing a more passive angle. Consti just waiting for the push out of Burr. He spots the players, gets a bit of a bead on them, but no kills to come through. Roka gonna push right into him and take his head off. And that will be bombed down. Not going to be a whole lot of options. Sandman now left all alone. His whole team died on the other bomb site to Glorans. And VitaPLUR are going to continue to just walk all over Vagrants. Good evening. This feels like not the same Vagrants that we saw last week. Not the same Vagrants that we saw winning, diffusing the stigma. See if they can bounce back. They do have that AWP out for Consti, and VitaPLUR gonna go for something fast. Fast and decisive. They've already got themselves pushed over by Brownhalls. But Consti gonna eliminate the first member right off the rip here. That's Pop Dog, or Long Dog locked down, and Sandman waiting for the players down ramp. Oh, he's got 2, but he cannot finish the third. Mason behind him will, and it's going to be down to Oreos to win this one in a 1 versus 3. That kill onto Mason did leave this one a little bit more possible. Does get the bomb down as well. Trying to make this one a 6-0 start, but Seb about to peek on in. Vagrants, they've got to start taking the ground, though. They don't have any kits, so this is a full 10-second defuse. Oh, and it catches the timing onto Oreos. You don't feel bad about pushing through smoke? Indeed. Yeah, no. So this is VitaPLUR Plasma. If you look at them on HLTV, S5J is the only one without an HLTV page. Roka is showing as retired. Glorans is in his 30s. And then you've got Oreos and Dante, who this is their first outing since something like 2019 Fragadelphia. VitaPLUR is actually just a crazy roster, and I'm so here for bringing these players back. It really goes to show that you never quit Counter-Strike, you just take a break. Some breaks are just longer than others, but plenty of money left on the VitaPLUR side, so they'll buy right back in and should give themselves a pretty decent chance to take these weapons away from Vagrants. I wouldn't call Vagrants a Zoomer team either. Like, Brett has been on enough teams to make the Zoomers blush. You know, Consti's been around the block. Seb has been here for a while. Sandman's been for a while. The only one... And I'm pretty sure Mason has too. Like, a lot of these players have been in the competitive scene for kind of a while. So there's nothing here that says to me that these are young players. Well, good utility damage being done early on. Lauren's down to 31 HP. Oreo's down to 65. But VitaPLUR will start to group up over by T main. Constantly going to have to hit some serious shots off of this one. Ooh, spots the first player jump on by, and Dante going to catch him right through the walls. It's the headshot. And that opens VitaPLUR up for the push. Brett getting mollied off, and he just melts. Viking Funeral and Olaf for Brett. And that should be enough. VitaPLUR, they hit the go button. They hit the gas pedal. Seb able to get to 2, but 2 versus 3. Man advantage for VitaPLUR, and they've got a player coming in from Ivy. It's Glorens with the headshot. Sandman not able to hold on. 2 players surviving for VitaPLUR as they take a 6th versus Vagrants. Zombler's in chat, all about them old timers. Yeah, I bet you would be. You're a team from the 1.6 days. Look, this is an old person friendly stream. This is an old person friendly community. So if you or someone you love is old, this is a place that you can stay. You'll be welcomed and valued. But the timeout expires, so we will head into round number 8, and it's going to be another save, another eco buy for the Vagrants. MP9's upgraded pistols and dreams and memes to see if they can stop the bleeding. This is the CT side of train. They basically need the next 5 rounds, and that's a good start. Sandman pushing up ramp right into servers, or right into bathrooms, and just puts the shots right into Glorens. Utility doing a good job of stopping VitaPLUR's advance here as well. They've got bomb looking toward T main. Now VitaPLUR need to ask themselves, where else are these MP9s hiding? Brett gonna pop in for yet another, but the AWP will punish Sandman's peak, and S5J will even things back out at 3. Consti getting pushed up. Oh, the 5-7 doing the works. The AWP misses. And that's going to leave Dante all alone. Consti's like, yes, I get my AWP again. This is good news, but the bomb's on the other bomb site. And it's just the Deagle for Seb here to meet it. Deagle versus AK. With plenty of time left to really filter through, really search every nook and cranny. Dante gonna be very careful in clearing this one out, but does need to get a bit of a move on. 30 seconds, and he's now put himself kind of far away from the bomb sites back in CT spawn. Oh, he's about to be met. Does Seb have the timing? No, he does not. They've both spotted each other, but that is going to be able to call the push in from Consti and the erasure. Yeah, let's get this again. You love to see a 5-7 pop off. Sometimes you just get instantly domed, but no, Consti, they just barely whiffed past him. So that is going to allow Vagrants back into this one. Been a rough one so far, and Dante continuing to give Vagrants issues. They will stop the bleeding on this one early. The smoke into T main does mean that they're going to be kind of stumped up in here. Glorens. Oh, that's a smoke as well. So no fire to hit. VitaPLUR abandoned T main. They'll head on over toward the back halls. Brett, though, catching some players lurking. Gonna be Roka. Glorens to trade that one out, but now the health pool starts to get called into question for VitaPLUR. Sandman looking to make an impact on the B site. Got a couple of low health players here to work with. S5J has bomb, and is going to be bringing up the rear of this one. So there might be a couple of good opportunities. That's a leg out of the op, but that should be called out here. There's no one for Vagrants available to defend. That molly locks them out of the sight, so this is going to be a wide open bomb plant for VitaPLUR. Now they've got Seb lurking behind them, and they've got Mason and Sandman in front of them. And Sandman is going to put you to sleep. Oreo's the lone player left standing. AWP versus 3. Hasn't found an impact yet this round, but this would be monstrous. But he misses the shot, and Mason able to convert. Vagrants take a third, and now they've finally taken the lead. Now they've finally taken the momentum away from VitaPLUR. Yeah, if you've got the Metallica lyrics, go ahead and put them in chat with some candles. Enter Sandman. And that means that Vagrants finally feeling a bit more comfortable. Only a Galil in the hands of Roka, but they're still making this one fast. Brett gonna be met with some early aggression, and VitaPLUR putting these pistols to work. They're giving Vagrants a real run for their money. 2 players down off of that push. Glorin's now looking for Seb, the only one on full HP, but that's a Tech 9. That is still danger. Roka proving that even in the big 2025, he hasn't had an entry on Faceit or on HLTV in so long, you can't even look at his previous matches. But clearly, Lad can still roll back the years. Last outing, last team that he shows up as is Unjustified in 2024 with, funnily enough, Glorins. But it looks like Roka didn't have any games played with Unjustified. We'll see if he's still got that dog in him. Full AKs for VitaPLUR. Utility doing a little bit to keep them back in the brown halls, and Brett, though, pushed all the way up into Team Main. Vagrants might finally be getting their footing under them. That's the perfect time to strike when you think, hey, we've got this. Do we have this? I think we might have this. And VitaPLUR now put the molly down. Brett, not expecting that. So, going to be taken down first. Mason does equalize the HP, not favoring Vagrants. And Roka just continuing to dome players. Oh, that was a kiss inside of Pop Dog. Mason does not know there's players right next to him. He will in a moment. That flash working out well for him. Goes for the reload, but 3 versus 3. And this A-bomb site pretty much belongs to VitaPLUR. Vagrants have fully left this A-bomb site. They're expecting something somewhere else, but that will be their downfall. Fully extracted was the word I was looking for. And with bomb down, now things get difficult. Sandman gonna be the first one dropped. Melted by Dante. Mason now trying to peek out from Pop Dog, but Roka's prepared. So it's going to be up to Consti to try and go for the clutch on this one. Goes for the rifle. That's an M4, though. That's not going to get those instant headshots, but you know what is? The AK out of Glorins picks up the AWP as well, and VitaPLUR right back in the saddle. You knock them down, and they just get right back up. They do not have a moment to spare. So hopefully Vagrants have something else planned for this T side, because right now it's been a pretty darn rough game for them. They do have all the weapons you could possibly want. They've got kits, they've got utility, so if they could make this at least a 5-7, that would be something to write home about, but This is definitely going differently than I expected. Vagrants on the CT side of Train. We've seen them absolutely dismantle. But VitaPLUR really giving them a run for their money. At the beginning of this series, I would have said I think Vagrants are going to get the 2-0, but they do seem to be struggling just a little bit. They got the 3-0 versus Akimbo for diffusing the stigma, but then they got to be playing with Wolfie. Not to say that Seb hasn't been having an impact. 6-7 is not a bad scoreline. You're on CT, they might not be coming your way, and you might just be forced to save, so still opportunities for Vagrants to try for it on the T side, but Dante and S5J going to open up this B bomb site, wipe out both defenders, and 3 versus 5 going to be what Vagrants' fortune reads for the end of this round, but Dante continuing to be set up in just the right positions for success. 1-for-1 trade with Seb. But 2 versus 4, this feels quite unlikely for Vagrants. That bomb just about eclipsing halfway ticked. Roka, headshot onto Seb. It's going to be all up to Consti. This AWP has to 1 versus 3. And that bomb nearly ticked away. Doesn't have enough time if he got on the bomb right now, but all he's going to get is AK shots out of Glorans as VitaPLUR closed this one out 4-8 on their T side. Well, that's not how I expected that first half to go, but that's why Counter-Strike can be so great. Is just because you expect something to happen doesn't mean it will. And you know what else I don't expect? I don't expect Ivy pushes on pistol round for Train, but Vagrant's putting 3 players here could catch this lone player by surprise. Roka only able to get the 1-for-1. Now Oreo's looking for something, but only going to get... It's going to be the cream given to Vagrants. Now Dante and S5J, 2 versus 4. Dante spots 1 as the ladder is climbed, but can't quite connect. Does finally find the head of Sandman, but the bomb goes down. Brett on 7 HP is going to exit. 2 versus 3 for the retake. No kits in the hands of VitaPLUR, so they've got to make these kills fast and decisive. S5J, first one in, but Mason there to flatten both of them. And Vagrants will take the pistol in fairly decisive fashion. Start to bring this one back just a little bit. 5-8. Chat, if you're curious about map picks and bans between rounds, just take a look at the bottom of your screen. You'll see the who picked each map. So this is VitaPLUR's map pick. Vagrants have picked Inferno for the second map of the evening, and we'll go to Anubis as map number 3 tonight. But for now, we got to get finished with this first one. And clearly it's not going to be done anytime soon because Vagrants, they are not going to let this one slip away for free. These upgraded pistols going to have to go huge for VitaPLUR if they want to close out on their CT side. It's a dangerous scoreline for them to have to S5J. Good pickup. Pushes right into the face of Consti. And the 5-7 yields the typical 5-7 result. Sandman, though, able to get one back versus Glorans. Oh, we can hear the dink on Naroka as well. He's going to be run down by Seb. And this Mac-10's just steam-rolling over VitaPLUR. Sandman expecting the push-in from Oreos. So it's just going to be S5J in the 1 versus 3. Looking to hold on to this Galil. Any little bit of extra cash that you can have as you go into the rifle round. And it's not even going to be a rifle round. That was a full spend for VitaPLUR. So this is going to be a hero Galil going into the next round. And VitaPLUR going to likely have just a bunch of USPs, maybe P250s. I like that the Galil has the typical Galil craft of, it's the Galil Eco, so I put the Eco stickers on it. But I also want to call out just how close it looked like Vagrants were standing. You had 2 players in, like, CT side of Ivy that survived the bomb plant. Is this a small tournament? This is the ESEA Advanced Playoffs. So in between games, we can go back to the bracket. I can go show you what's going on in the bracket. This is to decide 2 things. 1, it's money, right? Every tournament has money. 2, it's who is going to be in the ESL Challenger League North America Season 50. The top 4 teams will make it in, and, you know, the higher up you rank, the more points you get for ECL. So just 2 rounds separating these 2 teams now. S5J, this Galil could yield some dangerous results being played far out. Let's not talk about the gambling here. Oh, and S5J just getting run down. The flying Galil from Consti. Means Dante all alone on B, the molly to block off Roka. He'll be melted. And now it's just Glorans blinking away. Does catch Brett by surprise, but it's a 1 versus 4, no armor. Luke, I know you're joking about putting your house, but people might take you seriously. So just because it does make chat awful when people start talking about betting, I do prefer leaving it out. People don't understand that people are joking. Wait, Wolfie, you're going to be on Vagrants. Why are you cheering for Plasma? All right, fair enough. You do you, boo-boo. Vagrants, though, having a nice and strong T side so far. VitaPLUR going to have to stop the bleeding here to avoid the tie. Look, I'm still pretty sure that Train is a CT-sided map. But these teams are making it look T-sided, and I love to see it. I've been so enamored with Train. It's made me so happy to play. It's impossible to not cheer for Roka. That's fair. That's fair. The good news is Roka's going to have another shot. This is not the last we'll see of Roka. Mason going out for the Pop Dog super fast here. Catches Oreos first, but Roka, ever reliable, good with the trade. Meanwhile, the rest of Vagrants making the way out through ramp. Gonna get full control of this B-bomb site. Only 1 defender left there, so 4 versus 3. They'll get that bomb down, and now VitaPLUR are gonna be on the back foot once again. Look at all the utility on your minimap that's just being sent into Z Connector. I think already in this round, we're going to have a save out of VitaPLUR. 3 versus 4. They've got kits. They've got utility. They could consider going for this. But the site is just crawling with T's. There's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do. So at this point, we will get the searching for exit frags. And the question is, who's going to have the timing on this one? The answer is going to be Brett, as he erases Glorans and leaves them with 2 rifles to now see who can break the stalemate. Roka, just in case people are only listening to audio and not watching, Roka 13-9 in the big 2025. Glorans also 13-9. Safe to say, they are still here. They are still ready to play, and Roka getting pushed up early. Look at the damage done, though. Seb falls, but at the same time, VitaPLUR lose about 100 HP worth of health over 2 players. Still, though, that's a kill you'll take, expensive as it is, and Roka gonna continue to be in just the right spots. Sandman dies as well, and Oreos with the trade. Brett gonna be able to get 1 back, but Oh dear. Oh, that's not a molly that anyone should clip. Definitely don't clip that Molotov. Glorin's playing from Olaf. Gonna continue and just doubles up to close out the round. VitaPLUR taking the advantage after losing 4 in a row. It's safe to say that VitaPLUR did not show up unprepared. VitaPLUR showed up ready for this. They have certainly done their homework. Early damage, the HEs and the mollies inflicting tons of damage to Vagrants. Mason down by half right as the round starts, basically. I was going to be forced to play the human flashbang, jumping out through Pop Dog for Vagrants. They still haven't really decided where they're going. They're still looking to pick up some picks. And picks they shall find. Mason gonna fall to Glorins. The human flashbang roll not really working out too well. The only damage Vagrants have done so far this round is 5 points of damage to S5. Good to see Vagrants getting given a run for their money. They've had a lot of really good results in the Tier 2 NA scene as of the last couple of weeks, so they're really getting their clocks cleaned. They do need to make a decision, though. 35 seconds remaining. Good flash out. Does allow Sandman to open things up. Roka going to be taken down, and it does seem A site is the point of attack, but Sandman melting. He's still going to be getting kills, though. Fragging out. The boom headshot for 2. But look at the health left on him after all of that is said and done. Oreo's able to swing on in. Lickety split, and S5J with the MP9 to give VitaPLUR double digits and a 2-round advantage on their CT side. And moreover, they've finally found the bottom of Vagrant's bank accounts. Mason and Brett gonna have double AKs. But the money definitely starting to run dry. Consti gonna be stuck on the Tech 9 as the rest of the team outfitted with primaries. And again, Sandman lit down by 50. The utility damage, after this round, I think we need to take a look at the utility damage because VitaPLUR have done their homework. And it is just a beautiful thing to see. They do hit a bit of a pause button. The utility will hold them off, so I guess we'll see you in the next 10 or 15 seconds. Still 3 players stacked on the A-bomb site for VitaPLUR. Vagrants looking to pop out here all the same. They're not willing to push over toward B. They might have just waited long enough, but these nades are going to give VitaPLUR an idea of what's about to go down. They rotate their Z player closer on into the site, and they start to move Dante over as well. But Seb, first blood onto Roka. Molly forces Oreos out, but he still gets a kill onto Mason. Can he get 2? He can, and 3. Vagrants completely flattened. They do manage to push. They do manage to gain the ground. They need 2 players all the way over to the bomb site, but Dante going to come in from behind. Looking in through cams. A quick trade. Leaves Brett alone. 1 versus 1. Dante has a final ring of hell for him, and it's 11 for VitaPLUR. 11-8. This is not what I was expecting, and this is great to see for the NA advanced scene to be winning over the current ECL teams, I'm super here for it. Regardless, look, I have no team. I am a Ronin. I can cheer for whatever teams I want, and I am happy to see Roko back. I am glad to see Vagrants getting a little bit of a hard time. No line up for that beast sight, but that hero rifle for Sandman on the tip of the spear is going to get them into this B-bomb site. They're going to push right on up, get in the face of Dante as well as the bomb is planted. Vagrants taking tons of space away from VitaPLUR. Glorin's behind them, though. Oh, unable to find the shots. Gonna fall to Seb. And this 3 versus 5 that looked like it had VitaPLUR's name written all over it, they get completely blown out of the water. Mason, with a kill as well, leaves Dante all alone. And this devil may cry, for his team is dead.
Terrorists win.
Yes, I'm making Devil May Cry references in 2025 too. Well, safe to say it isn't over yet. First to 13 is what we are playing for tonight, and Dante did manage to hold on to that AK from the previous round, so that's going to be the big piece in this round. But it's played so far back, rather than putting that in the rotate position, they send it to defend B. They sent it to defend long. Vagrants, though, going to walk on into this. The smoke, the only thing separating them from the fight that's about to happen, and Dante getting spotted here is not what you want. That flash is not going to stop Seb from running him down. Now S5J going to get caught. Players in both directions, and not a whole lot of things to do. So looking like we are going to get Vagrants on double digits as well. They might just hit 10. Oh, Consti, that timing very nearly caused some major suffering, but he's still going to be picking up these final kills, and it is just going to be Oreos. Final player to fall, cleaned up by Consti. 11 to 10 now. Still in the favor of VitaPLUR on their CT side.
Hello there.
Everybody want to say hello there? Chat, if you're looking for channel points and you want to say hello there and you have not already, do hit that follow button. You will get channel points and you will be a lovely part of this community for Counter-Strike mostly. Oh, utility doing so much damage out of Vagrants. Now it's VitaPLUR's time to get knocked for a few screws loose.
Hello there.
Vagrants setting a pause button far upper. Not going to let themselves be caught early on by VitaPLUR. They give the CTs time to rotate, time to catch themselves out. It's a dangerous gambit because if they did have a little bit more utility, then spending so much time just waiting could lead to just timing out of the round, but Vagrants have a big bonus, and that's the fact that the final smoke for VitaPLUR has just been thrown. They've got a singular flash left. They've got no kits. So this round, looking like Vagrants going to be cleaning house. It's been a serious comeback road for them on this T side. versus 5 for VitaPLUR. They've got to stop this push, but Roka just getting his bell rung on the backside of Train. These Vagrants to go. This is a classic Brett call of, yeah, we were just on A, but let's plant the bomb B. Never allowed to plant the bomb where you go first. All right. Oh, Oreos, though. Gets a good kill on a save. Well, Vagrants at least losing lots of weapons. This was a good bit of damage for Glorans to do. Definitely made the right choice. All right. Desperate amount of money. Things are starting to get desperate in the VitaPLUR camp. They've had the lead twice now and fumbled it. And this FAMAS feels like the end of their desperation. No AWP either for VitaPLUR. Still, at least it is 4 rifles, but look at the utility as well. They've got kits and they've got the frags. Oreos just picking off Brett and Mason as they walk on in, but Consti able to get that one back. Does leave VitaPLUR with a man advantage after crushing the aggression Ivy. They've left Dante to continue to watch this. Oh, here's the flash. Able to catch Sandman as well. Can he catch another? No, Seb gonna double up in response. Now Vagrants have a lot more map available to them, but they're going to be gifted even more as Consti domes Dante. And it's going to be S5J, this FAMAS, to try and clean up the mess that Vagrants have made of VitaPLUR, but Vagrants going to do the thing that they just did, which is they get the kills on the A-bomb site, and they go B. S5J just looking for a rifle to hold on to as they not likely to win this one. Has a kit, has a molly. Oh, is he going to go for this? This is ballsy. This is an optimistic retake. That bomb is more than halfway ticked down. There's an op and an AK watching on the other side. You don't have the smoke to cover your bomb. The molly gonna get put down, but Consti gets out in front of it. Oh, didn't even hear the scope in. Consti able to win the day here for Vagrants, but they lose their weapons to the bomb. So we get one final timeout for Vagrants. As we look to see whether we get overtime or we get Vagrants taking their opponent's map pick. Quick look at the skins, because why not? We're stuck here in pause times anyway. Someone is extremely based and spraying Mongols. Love to see that. See if VitaPLUR can hold off the Vagrants for overtime, or the Vagrants will take the victory. They've been behind every step of the way on train, but they've gotten their footing under them at the crucial moments. Can Oreo needs this multi-frag more than anything, but can't get any of them. Consti just erases. Roka trying to get involved, knows the players are now behind him. Ivy and Cams. Can they do this? Consti continuing to make a menace of himself. 2 kills already on this AWP. And Vagrants, they're going to let VitaPLUR sit and spin, knowing just how bad the situation is for them. They don't even need the bomb plant. It's just going to be a quick couple of kills and a 13-11. We go all the way, and Vagrants take victory in the end.